Hello, my friend. My name is Terry Petrovic. If you don't know me, I've actually been in the home-based business profession for over 25 years. It began when my son Matthew really was 8 years old, and I was in the software industry. And he asked me a question and broke my heart and changed my life. And that question was, Dad, do you still love me? And I'm like, oh, it really crushed me. But it did change my life because 6 months later, I actually quit my job. So how does that relate to the coronavirus? Well, here's what I want you to know, and you probably know this already, that you could get a book like this, Jeff Galloway's book on training for a marathon, because I believe that this coronavirus thing is going to be a marathon for everybody. I don't care if you're an employee, or I don't care if you're a home business owner, or if you have a home-based business. It's going to be a long time. It is not a sprint. So how do you prepare for that? And what do you do? Well, first thing you have to do is make a decision like I did way back when Matthew said that to me. 6 months later, I actually quit my job, and I've been self-employed, working for myself in the network marketing profession for over 25 years now. And I got to tell you, since our kids were 8 and 10, they've had two full-time stay-at-home parents. So working at home is what I love. Working at home and empowering people, I love that. I love coaching people. I love becoming a better version of myself. I love all of the personal development that I have gone through. I don't necessarily love all the entrepreneur roller coasters, but hey, that's part of the journey. That's part of the process. So the question is, how can you inoculate yourself for this marathon that you've already started running? I mean, it is here, it is now, it is not going away. Well, making the decision is the one thing, and understanding what your desired outcome is. So for me, I wanted to be a dad. That's why I left my corporate job. Now, some of you guys are forced right now to leave your jobs, and that just sucks. I mean, it just really does. And if you're looking for a way to create some income or bridge income or a plan B income that could be part-time and lead to full-time, private message me, and I'd love to have that conversation with you. I love the home-based business profession because typically the people who succeed at it very well are just amazing people. They're always striving, always working to be a better version of themselves, and that's hard. I think the new normal is going to force a lot of people to create new habits, new disciplines. And if you have the right mindset and you have a vision of what you want to do 2, 3, 5 years from now, and that's really where I want you to focus, you will not only finish the marathon, but you will win the marathon. Now, I want to say all that to say there's one suggestion I can give you for winning this race and finish this marathon and even surviving this marathon, because, you know, when I turned 50 years old, I'm 62 right now. When I turned 50, I started running marathons. Why did I do that? Well, I wanted to prove to myself that I still had the self-discipline to do that. And I ran probably 3, 4 full marathons and a couple half marathons. And it was hard, and sometimes I wanted to quit, and I was in pain. And I remember when I did the Disney marathon, Matt was running beside me saying, Dad, Dad. And, you know, as I was in so much pain, I was just looking for that finish line. I didn't even know he was there until he really touched me. I mean, it was that intense and that painful, and I was that exhausted. But the number one thing that's going to carry you through is relationships. And that's what I love about the network marketing profession. I love, supporting people. I love encouraging people. I love cheering people on. And you know what? There are a million different network marketing companies out there. And there's a lot of good ones. And there's some that aren't so good. That just is what it is. And there are people in the world that have integrity and people in the world who don't have integrity. And sometimes it's hard to find the good ones. But when you find the good ones, keep them and support those people, even though they are not maybe in your company. I had an interesting conversation with somebody the other day that I respected, and I told him that I was going to approach people or ask him if he mind if I did, and he said no. He said no. I'm like, that was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate, especially because this individual is a person of influence, and he conveys himself in a way that is a very much of a giving personality type. And he is that. I don't want to say he's not, but it's a difference of philosophy. And you're going to run across people who are good people like this guy. and they're just going to have a different philosophy. And I don't agree with his philosophy at all, but he has his right to his philosophy. And you know what? I respect that. I don't care if people love network marketing or hate network marketing. I don't care what your faith is. Let's not come from a place of judgment in this time. Let's come from a place of support in this time. Let's support each other and help each other become a better version of themselves. In one of the books that I will tell you to read, not necessarily for marathons, but yeah, that happens sometimes. It's this book. It's The Game of Networking by Rob Sperry, my buddy Rob Sperry. Rob is one of the top trainers in the network marketing profession, but you know what Rob is more than anything else to me? Is he's a master networker. So if you haven't read this book, The Game of Networking, do that. He's got a Facebook group. I would encourage you to do this. This book is not necessarily about the network marketing profession or home-based business. It's about networking. It's about leadership. And he talks about his 3.5 laws of networking. Law number 1 is the law of likability. So ask yourself and kind of put the mirror in front of yourself, is that how well are you liked? What do people say about you? So law number 1 is the law of likability. Law number 2 is the law of credibility. How much credibility do you have when people see you coming down the walkway or the street, or they see you? How do they describe you? And is that what you would want them to say? And would you be proud of that? Would grandma be proud that that's how people are describing you? Law number 3 is the law of recallability. The law of recallability. So a lot of people are having all kinds of struggles. And if they have that struggle and they have a problem, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if they reached out to you because you were likable, you had credibility, and they remembered you? Always remembered. Now, what's the half law? 3.5 laws of networking that Rob has here. Well, the half law, or law 3.5, is called the law of profitability. Oftentimes, I think people try to put that law in the forefront. Bob Burg is a friend of mine. He wrote the book called The Go-Giver. If you haven't read that, I'd highly recommend it. Go to his YouTube channel. He's got tons of great content on there. But Rob Sperry is an amazing trainer on relationships. I learned so much about building and nurturing relationships from this book. I was just blown away. It is my go-to book for recommending people. I don't care what business you're in, what profession you have, what product or service or opportunity you have. Get The Game of Networking by Rob Sperry. It's a great book. Now, so if you're listening to this live, and here we are at minute 8, I have a special gift for you. On the left side of the screen, hopefully that's the left, or maybe that's the left. I don't know which way the left is. I actually have a series called the Prosperity and the Mentor Series. Prosperity and the Mentor Series. So if you send me a private message or you comment with Rob Sperry, I will give you access to an interview I did with Rob. It's about 48, 50 minutes. And we dive in not only to the principles of this book, but his story and the whole premise of the interview series. It was a virtual summit that I did, was called Prosperity and the Mentors. You see, there are lots of people who have already been through the things that we're going through right now. Maybe not the virus, but a lot of things. And it's a journey. It's hard. It's challenging. You know, it requires a lot of effort. I can tell you this, when you study some of these masters, new lights will come on for you. So if you want to listen to the interview that I did with Rob, message me. I'll give you a private code where you can actually access that for free. I sell that for $19. I sell the whole series for $97, and it's worth about, $1,000 because the people who actually I interviewed have probably earned well over $100 million, both inside and outside of network marketing. And oh, by the way, Bob Burg, who wrote The Go-Giver and is in the National Speakers Hall of Fame, is actually one of the people I interviewed as well. So I'd love to hear your feedback in terms of how you're preparing for this marathon. So let me know below. If you're interested in the interview that I did with Rob, just type in Rob Sperry. We'll tag him, get his attention. Maybe he'll jump into this conversation as well. I appreciate you, and I want to support you. So if you have any questions about this or anything that I do, reach out to me. Remember this, my friend. You have a choice. Make it a better than every day and a prosperous one because you absolutely deserve it. Till next time. Bye-bye for now.